But often you don't agree with someone, and occasionally you have no idea where they're coming from. This happened
Right.
in American politics in the past couple of years. It happens between managers and employees. How do you connect with someone that you don't understand?
It is possible that there's someone on earth who I totally understand, but I have never met them. Everybody does. Some people like milk chocolate. I still find this impossible to believe. But there must be something about their humanity that we have in common. There must be some, like, do you hope that your kids will have a good life? Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. Do you get satisfaction from going for a walk on a nice spring day? Well, yeah. Why? Let's talk about how that feels. Do you like change or fear change? Because I could talk to either group of people and be able to make assertions about their life. These are strategies. These aren't tactics. Along the way, someone may come up with the tactic that we should burn as much coal as we possibly can to get as much electricity as we possibly can, because if we get richer, then we'll have more resources, and then we'll be able to build new technology and the world will be saved. Now, you and I can disagree about that because I think that's foolish. But we can both agree that you're doing it for the same reason I'm doing it, which is you care about your unborn grandchildren. And so let's start there. And then the second half of it, which is where it often falls apart for me, is do you actually believe in the scientific method, or are you just pretending to believe in the scientific method? Because if you're pretending to believe in the scientific method, I have plenty of time for you. And we can have, if you don't believe in the scientific method, I have plenty of time for you. And there are lots of things we can talk about. But if you're pretending, it's going to take me a few minutes to discover that you've chosen this path because it usually gets you through many engagements. But my desire to connect with you as a fellow scientific thinker is going to ultimately fail. And so that's where it usually falls apart for me. I had someone in my office the other day, and she'd written a book, so I was being congratulatory to her. And it was one of those books about how money seems to be attracted to people who are ready for it. It's the psychology, the philosophy of being open to getting past the resistance. And I said, but you don't think that money is actually aware of how you're thinking? I said, oh, no, I am. And I said, so how does that work? How does my thinking get to the money? And then the whole thing fell apart after. I care. I'm a trained engineer. I care very much about how things actually work. And so if someone is persuaded themselves to believe in the other kind of magic, it's harder for me to find connection. That is a huge Achilles heel of mine.